If you are seeing this video, it means one of two things has happened. Either one, my lawyers negotiated with Emily's lawyers and we reached a private settlement which resulted in some form of retraction, or two, I took Emily to court for defamation and came out the other side.
So, since neither of those things actually happened, because according to Emily, the only thing you did was give her a cease and desist, and then she was like, yeah, no, and then you were like, well, fuck you then, and posted the video. So because neither of those things happened, why did you post the video? For today's video, I will be reading over all of her posts from Instagram so that you don't have to.
Alright, hope you know I'm trying to see it through. Yeah, alright, 6 figures for the whip. No chance, you catch me down bad.
In video debunking all of the allegations from Emily Artful, because turns out she didn't delete any of the evidence. She just didn't show it because it proves neither Anthony or I did anything. It also disproves that she was forced to do cam work, was ever homeless, was on heroin past November 2012, and most of that is from her own currently active accounts. I spent the last 6 months working with a legal team to clear my and my husband's name because I was accused of owning CP and distributing it, which also never happened. Swipe up for the video. Next slide will be the Google Doc with the evidence, which is also linked in the description of the video. She basically just shows like her Google Docs thing and says swipe up if you want to read the Google Doc, outlining all the evidence. It's also the script of my video. If you don't have time to watch the video right now, allow me to cover the most important parts of the video with the corresponding evidence. Obviously, Instagram stories won't cover the depth and breadth of what's in the video that shows that neither Anthony or I did this, but I fully expect that some people won't be able to sit through the entire thing, and because of that, will still want to send me some bullshit. So I'm making it easy. However, if you're curious as to just how much Emily lied about and just how many receipts she hid, receipts that showed she was harassed but showed it wasn't from us, watch the video. Let's talk about Emily's sobriety date. Emily didn't use drugs prior to or while she was dating Anthony. This can be seen in her various social media posts from her accounts. More proof in video. This is a post from after her and Anthony had broken up, where she is stating that she is against what Amy Winehouse did to her body, referring to Amy's drug usage. This is not a statement you would be making if you were using drugs. Okay, let's look at it. A truly inspirational singer and songwriter has died today. Though I do not condone any of the things Amy Winehouse did to her body throughout the years, all the toxins she put inside of her, I do undyingly honor her unforgettable talent and how her sound has raised me as a musician. Truly one of the strongest influences in my career. I love you, Amy Winehouse, and I hope your soul rests in peace. Annabelle Wanted was a band name she went by. She also has multiple accounts from when she was in middle school all the way through high school, stating she is against drug use. It's unlikely she was lying due to the shame of or embarrassment, given what she would post on these. Proof in video and Google Doc. And the post reads, so my doctor recently prescribed me to Subutex, which is, in my opinion, a lot better than Suboxone. Why? It kind of gets you dopey. Honestly, that's a terrible reason why it makes it better, and without to sound too harsh, is definitely an addict's way of thinking. Once an addict, always an addict. However, I like to be positive and constructive by adding, but you don't always have to be an addict who uses. To my followers, my old addiction isn't a secret, but I'm constantly reminded every day why I'm happy being sober, my art. And I try to remind everyone at meetings that the things you abandon to get your fix are the things that will keep you sober when you're out of luck. And I stick to that. It's a rare occurrence to run into an otaku who was also a heroin addict. At least I'm the only one I've ever heard of. But I think the fact that I have stayed true to who I am throughout the coursing of this disease helps me identify more with my art. Sorry for this journal being so focused on such a terrible topic. And I understand. To those who didn't know this, if you don't want to be my friends anymore, when I was using, it was a terrible thing, but I'm much happier sober and have since not even come close to relapsing. So I'm happy with who I am. Oh, by the way, 5 months sober today. That's the reason for the subject matter. To all my friends who've helped me along the way, I thank you. I only hope I can be a good friend to other addicts just coming off their high horse. No pun intended. TLDR, 5 months sober today. Emily got into heroin in 2012 because she was in a relationship with an addict. She also got sober in 2012, more specifically, November 2012. At the time, she was posting on DeviantArt under the name Emily Sugarfruit, and she wrote on February 4th, 2013 that she was 5 months sober. Emily states later it was November 2012, however, 5 months prior to February is October, but she's stating she is sober, specifically from heroin, in 2012. The posts on this blog about her sobriety, her getting prescribed Subutex, Suboxone, and Methadone to battle her addiction. Side note, she states here she is going to go into a rehab facility, however, never did. This can be seen in her past history because she updated her blog almost every day after this, which wouldn't be allowed in any inpatient rehab. Wrong, but we'll get to that at the end. And this post reads, from March 12, 2013, in the hospital, my Subutex supplier, the drug that gets you off heroin, is kaput. Just 3 days before I check into rehab facilitation 2. So because of the awful withdrawals from Subutex, I landed myself in the hospital after bouts of sweat, heart palpitations, hallucinations, and violent shaking and vomiting. I'm subscribed methadone, so I'm feeling better. Later, when I get home, I'm gonna go through some benzos with the methadone so I can get all dopey and be able to sleep, finally. But as of right now, it's 2:04 a.m. in California, and I'm actually feeling really good. But I'm still all tangled up in wire because my blood pressure was lethally low when I came in. My body was basically jelly. I was so weak. But now I'm on a few meds that are really helping me out. Also, does anyone want a request done? I'll do anything. Love, Ems. It's of course possible that Emily could have relapsed, which is incredibly common and nothing to be ashamed of. However, Emily has kept this as her sobriety date up until her video on My Husband and I, and has multiple videos and posts stating this is her sobriety date. In her deleted video, I dated a sociopath video, Emily states that at the time of recording, which is mid-2016, she was 3 years sober from heroin. This video was deleted from her channel before she posted her video on My Husband and I. Luckily, a channel archived the video, so here's the clip in question. Notice how she states she has obviously been clean for 3 years? This lines up perfectly with blogs she kept as Emily Sugarfruit.
Very openly and honestly told me that he had just come out of rehab and that he had suffered with drug addiction his entire life. And I think some people would say this is a red flag, but I never have and never will see it as a red flag. I guess this is a great time to be honest. I was a drug addict myself for many years, and I have been in recovery for 3 years and have been clean obviously for 3 years, and I understand the struggles that come with being a drug addict. So we immediately bonded on that.
Emily also acknowledged the November 2012 sobriety date in a post she made on Instagram that is still live. In it, she sings about how she is 3 years sober. Again, this was posted September 2016, meaning at the time, she would be 3 years sober. This lines up perfectly with the aforementioned blogs. This post is still live and will be linked in the following story.
Eternally sleeping, I just can't watch you burn. And do you remember 3 years in November? It's not good for you now, and it will never be again. I know you can feel the ache.
I have also archived this post in case of deletion. Emily stated in her video that she only got sober from heroin in 2015, despite her saying multiple times over that her sobriety date was much earlier. This left people more than a bit confused, especially people who had watched her videos and seen her talk about how long she had been sober for. And then it shows a post from Vamp Candy. Yeah, I noticed she changed her sobriety date from 9 years to 6 years when someone pointed out that didn't jive. Honestly, a lot of her story doesn't make sense to me. Emily said on Twitter that the previous dates were for the other drugs she had taken and not heroin, even though her blogs directly say she was sober from heroin. Then it shows a post from Emily saying, I have thrown several different numbers out there for my sobriety birthday because it's been impossible to accurately pin down due to relapses. Not knowing which substance I quit to consider myself sober, was it the DOC, coke, all substances, or I've simply wanted to hide the extent of my struggle with addiction. I've had to say a lot to hide that part of my life because I was so damn ashamed, and I'm just not doing that anymore. I was messed up, and I'm lucky to be alive right now, and I'm truly, deeply grateful for that. It then shows a post of her saying, oh geez, I should probably add that I'm about 6 years sober from hard substances. I actually called my old program director to get my drug test information. They tested me every 2 weeks on the regular, so they had the most accurate date. And then Creepshow continues, again, this tweet goes against her statement in 2016, saying she had obviously been clean for 3 years. If she only got clean a year before, why would she lie about that and bring it up herself? Sans provocation. Emily stated she had proof of her sobriety date and she contacted her old program director to get it, which goes against her linked tweet saying it's impossible to pin down her actual sobriety date. Her own tweet goes against what she is claiming. She also never posted this proof. In summary, Emily got sober from heroin in November 2012, more specifically November 4th. She stated this was her sobriety date in multiple videos, including in a post that is still live on her Instagram. She then stated she got sober later on in order to accuse my husband of an assault that could not have happened because while she was using, they were not in contact, and more. Watch the video. Emily in 2018, I am sober now and have never relapsed. And then shows a comment on a video of Emily's. Just to clarify, this happened to me years and years ago. I'm long sober and living a very happy and fulfilling life with no relapses. Emily in 2021, it's impossible to pin down a sobriety date for myself because of relapses. And then shows the previous tweets. Emily stated that when her Facebook was hacked, this led to images of her as a minor being shared on PhotoBucket, along with images of her from when she was camming. This could not have happened. According to Emily's current active Facebook, Emily was hacked August 30th, 2013, and it shows a post from Emily showing, everyone, some horrible stalker hacked onto my old Facebook and is sending me threatening messages. This is why I got a new Facebook. Please don't believe anything this person says to you. This was during the time she was posting as Emily Sugarfruit and being harassed because of that. For full context, watch the video. Emily was not camming at the time and didn't start doing cam work until a year later, in June of 2014. According to the Twitter she had associated with the My Free Cams page. And then it shows the My Free Cams page and the video collage. This page was only active until July 28th for about a month. She also wasn't forced into cam work. How could someone make a PhotoBucket account with images from her hacked Facebook and from when she was camming, when she didn't start camming for a year? Emily stated that this happened immediately and she emailed the harassers about it, but as it stands, that cannot be true. She also wasn't forced into cam work by an abusive ex, seeing as she is still friends with the man she was in a relationship with at the time. She did get fired though, not from cam work, but from her YouTube channel. But that didn't lead to her being homeless, seeing as she was living with her father, who stated she could live with her as long as she wanted. And she only moved out to move in with said ex-boyfriend. Jesus Christ. It also shows a post from Emily saying, gonna try to quit smoking, and talks about how her father let her move in with him, blah, blah, blah. The next bit shows posts from Emily showing that she was fired September 16th, 2013. A post about getting hair done. Hair stayed like this all the way home with pink wall in the back, which is her father's home. This was on September 25th, 2013. Kind of weird that she knew that it was pink, but we're moving on. And then she does a post about getting a pillow for her side of the bed, showing she moved in with her boyfriend October 4th, 2013. Everything I've shown is obviously still online and public. The hacking post on Facebook is from Emily's current active Facebook account, meaning she has access to it. However, she goes out of her way to say multiple times she deleted all the evidence and that all the proof is gone. But if she were to show proof, it wouldn't point to Anthony or myself. Then this post shows, that's not a blemish on my Cupid's bow. It's a blot of lipstick. My cyberbully cost me my job. Then this post showing, love the way the stylist styled my hair. It stayed that way even when I got home, ×3. And then the pillow post that says, pillows. It's funny how the littlest things he does for me make my life all that more amazing. Finally got ... So I'm about to prove that Emily wasn't stalked or harassed by Anthony or I in 2013. Rather, she was harassed by the YouTube anime community. But before I start, let me play you this clip from a video that is still available on her channel titled Update Video Moving Advice Segment Commissions and Singing.
Before, I don't know if you guys knew this. I did anime reviews and the community was just very aggressive and mean and stalkery and it wasn't a great community.
Emily stated that when she worked on Stardust with Anthony, that she started to experience online harassment. States this was probably me because I was jealous to be taken off the song. This isn't true for a variety of reasons. One, I wasn't on the song to begin with, as I am not a singer. The person who was on the song was someone who was in Anthony's music classes. Two, I wasn't speaking to Anthony at the time. Stardust was being made because I was in a different relationship. 3, Stardust was written and made in 2014, but Emily and Anthony had been collaborating since 2013 and had worked on another song together. 4, the previous song they had worked on was Autumn's Moment, and Emily was taken off the song and out of the music video for harassment she was receiving. Harassment that came from the YouTube anime community. Proof in the following slides. Quick side note, but do you guys remember, like right before Creepshow Art got canceled, she did that like PowerPoint presentation on, oh God, I don't know who it was, like the Jonas Brothers or something. Do you guys remember that? It was on Instagram. Oh, I wonder if I still have it. Oh, I gotta show you guys, because it was like, oh, she did it on her TikTok. It was on her TikTok. Let me see if I can find it real quick.
Did I spend the past 10 minutes putting together a PowerPoint presentation about why Demi Lovato hates Taylor Swift? Yes, I did. Spoiler alert, it's because of Selena. Let's get into it. Here's the basic rundown. Demi and Selena became friends in line for Barney when they were like really little. They joined the Disney Channel at roughly the same time, Selena through Hannah Montana and then Wizards of Waverly Place, but she had 3 other pilots go through because they really wanted to use her, and Demi through As the Bell Rings and then Camp Rock. Selena was originally offered Demi's role in Camp Rock, but turned it down, and it's rumored that she suggested that they go with Demi. However, that is just a rumor. We don't know that to be true. However, keep that in mind because it becomes important later. Disney marketed them as the ultimate best friends and saw their relationship and was like, yes, utilize this. They even had them do a whole feature-length film about their friendship called Princess Protection Program, and they even sold best friend necklaces and 4:30 a.m. I have not slept, and I put together a PowerPoint presentation about Scooter Braun being obsessed with Selena Gomez and purposely attaching Justin Bieber to everything she does. And if you want to see it, let me know, because I'm pissed.
The funniest thing about doing all of this, as I'm reading it and going through it, and I'm thinking, holy shit, she's literally doing a PowerPoint presentation for Emily, and she's already done PowerPoint presentations, or what they're called now, slides, on other people. And when I was looking at the other ones, I remember looking at the other ones, like the Selena Gomez ones, thinking, holy crap, how did you get all this information? Oh my God, just mind-blowing, I swear to God. Emily states that she deleted all the proof and evidence, and it doesn't exist to show this. That is a lie and was said to purposely withhold proof that would make it clear Anthony and I didn't do this. But she does say Anthony and I did this. So which is it? Creep show. I'm just saying. Anyways, obviously for all the proof, watch the video, but here's a few choice bits. Proof that Autumn's moment came out in 2013. Proof that Emily was in it. Yeah, I mean, like, it better just your vocals, but that just might be me. And this were conversations from like 2013. I'm sorry. Other user, do you like Emily's vocals? Shannon Sid, I love it. You're impressive. Other user, here's the finished song. What do you think? And it shows a link. And then it shows proof that at the time she was posting under the name Emily Sugarfruit and shows the 2 Twitter handles. Then it carries on. Emily uploaded a video of herself reviewing One Piece naked in a bathtub in April. No, she was not high on heroin like she stated. In fact, the month prior, she had been prescribed methadone to help in her sobriety. And it shows that in the hospital post that we went over earlier. And then she goes on to say, this video led to harassment from the anime community as seen in these clips. It should obviously go without saying that none of these people are Anthony or I. One of the videos has Emily's name that she has posted publicly in the description box on her channel in their tag, showing it was about her.
And the bitch is in a bathtub naked. Just, and I'm not even gonna tell you who it is. For one, I don't know who it is. I didn't even look at the YouTube name. And 2, it doesn't help by promoting that shit because it just only substantiates the problem I'm having. What the fuck is up with this hoeing shit? I'm so tired of this hoeing shit, man. That's the one thing I can't fucking stand, just this hoeing shit. See, there's different types of hoeing that annoys me on different levels. But this shit, just like you, when the bitch is in a tub naked, reviewing an episode of One Piece for the sake of views, at that point you are a whore. As much as people like to talk about celebrities and shit, how they do all this fucked up shit for the sake of money, you're doing this for views. You're doing this for even less money. That makes you a cheaper hoe than the other hoes you make fun of. What the fuck?
Guess what, you guys? An anime reviewer flipped out today, did a review butt naked in the tub, holding the breast of One Piece episode 593. It was crazy. It was crazy. Now the thing about this is, like, we gotta be serious. The girl was desperate. Let's keep it real. She got desperate. She said she had to make some moves. I left a comment on the video. I was being funny, cracking jokes with them. She says this was all a ploy. She says it right there on the video. So if she would have said that like private message, I wouldn't even said that. You know what I'm saying? But she said that publicly. It's a ploy so she can get views and whatnot. And guess what? It's going to work. Let's be real.
I mean, it's cool that a chick got into a tub, made a One Piece review, and motherfuckers started losing their shit. Like, I mean, I'm not talking about, like, me, I was like, oh, that's a cool ass video. Bitch got naked in the tub. Fucking retarded, man. I can't stand this nonsense, yo. Fucking, Of course we're thirsty. We fucking watch anime. We're dudes. Most of us are dudes in here.
Here we go. So a lot of people sent me this video when it was out on the tube. Sent me this video of a girl that's naked in a bathtub talking about a One Piece episode video. Okay, like these motherfuckers that went in and trolled her and did all this bullshit because she's a whore. She's naked talking about a One Piece series and she's talking about anime manga like she's a attention whore. Like motherfucker, you don't have to fucking watch the video. You got the so-called fancy world anime community trolling her, bullying her.
And then she says, I refuse to be accused of doxing, so let me post proof that Emily has published her name on her channel. And then she shows the proof. This channel led to harassment and people in the community finding her personal Facebook because she would engage in public pages with it, stating she was sugar fruit. And then it shows a post from the phone 999 from April 29, 2013. Terminator phone, Krusty's picking on a female One Piece reviewer. Wait, getting 2 Terminator phone vins in one day? Emily, I know those feels. Telephone or the phone. I was thinking about making a vid about it, but I didn't know if I wanted to do it today because I already dropped a vid, but fuck it, lol. Wait, is this about me? About you? Well, you just have to find out, lol. Emily, you should Skype me soon. I'm gonna PM you. Emily, and if for some reason it is about me, I give you full permission to use my YouTube name. If it isn't, then I will watch it anyway because I watch all of your videos. Tim Gasai, this is going to be interesting, whale face. Hence the friend requests from random people. June 30th, Emily and Anthony start filming the music video for Autumn's Moment. After filming raps for the day, Emily goes home and posts a video of her dancing in a bra on her YouTube channel. Someone rips the video and spams it to her Facebook friends, including Anthony. This is his reaction in our private conversation. Shannon, wait, a guy put it up? Is it a different video? Can I just watch the one on her channel? Anthony, apparently everyone's seen it, so we can't really have her in the video. It'll be about that. Yeah, I'm gonna sock the guy who put it up in the face. Shannon. I think I just saw it, but I'm not sure what I saw. What video? Kevin hasn't sent me anything in a while. Wait, what Kevin? 2013. We'll get to that. Other user, see that video of Emily yet? Other user, fuck. Anthony gets pissed because they have to scrap the video as she was being harassed. Neither of us were involved. Emily posts about this happening on her Sugar Fruit Facebook fan page the next day. So July 1st, 2013, Emily posted, "Haters gonna hate, right guys? Thank you all for being there for me. It means so much. Y'all have no idea." Keeps posting on the Sugar Fruit channels and posts on her Instagram on August 27th. She is going in for a job interview. 3 days later, her Facebook gets hacked, so she makes a new one. Everyone, some horrible stalkers, shows that previous post. 16 days later, she posts on Instagram that she was fired from her job because of her cyberbully. Given the time at which this was occurring, it was probably someone who watched her YouTube channel and was harassing her publicly, not the person who wanted to. Shows post of Emily showing interview hair. And then another post, "Love this look. All right, time to start covering my tattoos and ... other things." Emily. Shannon split dyed her hair in 2020 as a breadcrumb to when I split dyed my hair orange for most of 2015. Made her shiver. And then it shows the post, "My hair most of 2015 was half and half orange black. Cut choppy and short. I totally forgotten about this until my friend said something. It made me shiver. Unless the pic of Shannon is flipped, the colors were on the same side too. Weird, seeing as she didn't dye her hair orange at all. She bleached it and didn't use toner, hence the brass. And it only was that way for a month." And then shows pictures. March 3rd, dyes hair. Writes comment saying she's going blonde. March 7th, post picture, shows her hair is fried and brassy. April 18th, post photo of brassy hair with filter on it. Looks more orange. April 28th, post photo of hair dyed blue. From March 3rd to April 28th, her hair was bleached and apparently orange because of brass. Appeared orange because of brass. She never dyed her hair orange. It wasn't that way for most of the year. She didn't shiver while looking at a fucking photo of me because it looked like hair. That is all stupid. Emily. Shannon was never stalked or harassed online or on social media. Amy was a secret reference to me because they sound the same, and she was preparing for when I came out and talked about this so she can say it was me who stalked her. First off, that is stupid, and y'all hyped her up on that one. Second, the video is still up. I give details about Amy. They don't match. Emily. And thirdly, I fucking went and found the original emails from Amy when I was in middle school. Yes, we talked like we were in My Immortal. Blah. Like we were in My Immortal. Yes, it's embarrassing. It's almost as if that story wasn't fucking about Emily at all. It's almost like that because it's exactly that. So one of the things a lot of people are talking about when it comes to these emails that Shannon showed between her and Amy is that they forget that in Shannon's stalker story, her stalker did say their name was Amy. I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure the stalker did call themselves Amy, and Shannon later found out that it was someone she was close to, someone that she was friends with online, that she kind of like screwed over, right? So they started off friends, like really close friends, and then one day Shannon told them about another friend of theirs who did something shitty. Amy went after the friend hardcore, and then Shannon forced Amy to apologize to this friend because Shannon had actually lied about what the friend did to them. It's very confusing, but I'm pretty sure throughout that stalker story, Shannon did say that this Amy person said they were Amy. So it does stand to reason if that's the case, and I'll take a look at it later, but if that's the case, then the emails would be addressed Amy, and the person, you know, they would have a friendly conversation and they would be friendly and really close because that lines up with Shannon's stalker story. All right, carrying on. Emily, after I lost a big client because of the harassment, I stopped posting where I was online out of fear. When I did makeup as a side gig, they also lost me a big client because they left a negative review saying that all my brushes were dirty and I was unhygienic. At that point, I felt like there was nowhere I could hide, so I stopped doing makeup and found a job out of town, and I largely stopped posting online. Also, Emily, posting publicly where she is every week and telling people to come to her. And then it shows posts where she tags a location. Let's get into that one. Emily, after I lost a big client because of the harassment, but yeah, it shows that she's posting with the location on, and it shows the location of the park where she's at. So it's not just, a lot of people are like, oh, so she posted a green field. There's only one green field with a German Shepherd in it. But actually, in this post, she's posting her exact location, the name of the park, and the state where it's at. So people can actually find her using that. Oh, she must live around this park, or she must go to this specific park. So people are kind of glossing over that, like, a picture of a park, that must be, and I guess they're just dumb. If you guys don't know who I'm talking about, if you know, you know.
Now, I don't know if y'all know this, but I currently live in the San Francisco Bay Area. This was a salon boutique store. We sold professional products to the public. So anyone could come in and buy professional product, like any kind of hair care. We have makeup and little goodies too. And then we had a salon in back. Nebraska, and we are both currently in Nebraska right now. And I actually live, if you guys didn't already know this, I live in the San Francisco Bay Area in California. I don't know if you guys know this, but I work...
Then Shannon goes on. Meanwhile, she never was a working makeup artist. She just worked at a makeup supply shop, the name of which she posted on her channel, and only got one negative review from a Karen who got mad at her for drawing something inappropriate. Side note, Emily literally said in her video that she lost a client because of us. Then on Twitter stated she was never licensed and only used social media and Craigslist to get clients, meaning no one could leave a negative review, and no one caught that? Really? Obviously, I approve she was never a MUA in the video. One of the things that really gets me about Shannon's anger that we all didn't do our own research, bitch, it's on you. The burden of proof is on you to show us why she's wrong, not for us to go and look. Nobody cared. Nobody freaking cared. All they cared about was, oh, Emily said this. You were already canceled. Who's gonna go through all that work to show proof when you were already canceled? Nobody fucking cared at that point. It was just an extra thing, an extra reason for people to cancel you. At least personally, from what I saw anyway. So yeah, no, burden of proof is on you. We weren't going to do any research, and nobody cared to do any research. And why should we, when everyone was just like allegedly and accused and using the proper keywords for YouTube to make sure that they can say what they can say without being sued. Like, shit. I don't know why she's so mad about it. And for someone who barely did any research on her own, seriously, to be like, why didn't you guys even look? Because, bitch, we're not stalkers. And then Creepshow continues. I will say the one negative review that Emily did get while working at a makeup store is fucking funny in a what the fuck Karen kind of way. I'd find it more amusing if it wasn't about someone who falsely accused me of owning CP. And then it goes on with the post, and basically this lady came in and everyone was really nice, and she noticed a girl was drawing in her book with her headphones on, and she immediately noticed she drew something inappropriate in her book. And I guess she confronted her about the image wasn't appropriate for a young lady to be drawing. And she looked back up at me in a very snotty voice and said, I think it's completely appropriate. I just think America is overly sensitive. And then it explains what the person looked like. Long black hair, tattoos, glasses, and looked of Eastern European or possibly Asian descent. So yeah, it is kind of funny Karen post. Now she's talking about the police stuff, and it shows Emily Artful tweet. I said in my video that the police turned me away and that I didn't file a police report. The police, however, would absolutely have record of me coming in and reporting these things. Not to mention, I've informed an in-law who works for our local PD. The police turned her away and didn't file a report, but they do have her coming in and reporting this on file. That is nonsense. But don't worry, she told her in-laws, which is just as good as getting a police report and filing charges. Oh man, good point. In other news, I told my uncle in the military, so the military has a file on Emily now. Oh, and I told my friend who works for Disney, so Disney has a file too. That's how that works. Yeah, you guys see what she's doing? I hope you see what she's doing. I can totally see what she's doing right here. You know, the whole my sources, dude, trust me. You get it? You get it now? Then she shows a post from Emily showing a company sharing a private employee file or info with a stranger. Like, that is completely illegal, and I'm pretty good friends with all but 2 exes. I don't take to Anthony, obviously. And the other ex does not participate in social media, guys. This is not Shannon. Emily, I'm friends with and talk to all of exes, except for Anthony and another one, but just because he doesn't use social media. Emily states in her deleted story time about dating a 13-year-old, she only doesn't talk to 2 of her exes, the 13-year-old from the story time and the guy from that cheated on me story time, who isn't Anthony. Then in her deleted I dated a sociopath video, Emily talks about how she doesn't talk to him and can't talk to him because he was a shitty person who was trying to bring her down. In her video on Anthony and I, she literally said another ex forced her into cam work. These statements literally contradict each other and can't all be true. Now there's a little part that's cut off, but I think it says, and we show that she has accused almost every single one of her exes of some kind of abuse. I would say none of these are true. Yeah, which is, she does show that she did tend to accuse pretty much all of her exes of some kind of abuse one way or another after they broke up, and also accused multiple exes' current girlfriends of being her stalker. So, I mean, that's a good point. And then she shows a post of Jada the Demon replying to me saying, so Emily Artful saying that she'll just let karma handle the person who apparently made her homeless and ruined her job is just so much more believable. Her going the legal route could be bullshit, or it could be about stuff happening now. Doesn't fucking matter because we don't know. And this was from June 10th, 2021. I don't remember what I said or what Jada was replying to because I delete my tweets often. Anyways, and then she said, to be honest, every single person who said I was lying about getting the legal system involved makes me cringe. Like, this person came online, sans evidence, and said I owned CP. What kind of person just says, oh, all right, I guess I'll log off now, as if that's not a serious claim with heavy weight behind it. Me talked about being stalked and harassed, talked about my sibling consistently bad-mouthing me on Tumblr, lying about me and getting angry at any success I had, even had a channel. But sure, that was all a ploy in order to get Emily, someone I never met who Anthony dated, I shit you not, for a couple months. Oh, P.S. I literally prove Amy is real in my video. I show the emails. No, it wasn't a fucking breadcrumb about Emily because that's fucking stupid. Literally nothing in my life was about her. And then it shows another post. Why would an innocent woman confess anything? Why did she, unlike Creepshow Art, never mention a thing about stalkers or harassment until now? Why was there no third-party verifiable proof like any police reports at all? No receipts for this lawyer she claims she got. And all conversations were screenshots were easily able to be forged and zero link to Creepshow Art or Hubby, by the way. Only, oh, this is how they type 100%. Which can be mimicked if you read someone's posts and comments like someone obsessively creep intending to attack her because you hate her husband. Not a single video, not a single audio clip of a threatening call, nothing that links to anyone even remotely solidly. But you showed the screenshot was unaltered by screenshotting the file properties. Number one, you can screenshot that, then edit them, or, and I know this blows everyone away, forge a screenshot, go to your settings, and roll the clock back to when you want the file to be from. Then save. Magically, you have a year or even a decade old screenshot. Think, people. Now, this post, I don't know who it's from. I'm thinking it could have been from Connor, Real Exate, or John Swan, or even Bill Baines, or even me. I'm not sure. I don't know. But it makes good points. Then this tweet from Chalky.milk, replying to Creepshow. Have you seen what people do with evidence? Oh my God, literally. As an abuse victim, you're being so invalidating. This alone is enough to cancel you again. She couldn't tell anyone because she was afraid and had a history of abusing drugs. And this was from August 9th of this year. 1010 best take. If Emily posted evidence, people would pick it apart in order to validate her story. And that would lead to people finding out it's impossible for her to be telling the truth, which is so mean. You don't need to have evidence or prove something that you said happened. Just saying it is good enough. Why didn't the cops take this seriously? Emily literally said I owned child porn of her and distributed it with no evidence, and in fact withheld evidence that would exonerate me. But thank God people actually did their due diligence and checked her currently active accounts to verify what she was saying and call her out for her lies, right? Oh wait, you mean they didn't watch the videos that are still live on her platform that go against what she is saying? They didn't read the tweets of her contradiction and changing her stories and realize that she can't have both lost a big client due to a negative review while only advertising herself on Craigslist and social media? They didn't catch her say in the video that she went to the police and they turned her away, and later say things would be different if I were to have taken this to the police. Oh, for sure. Big ups to Tipster, though. I mean, man, really told me he would apologize to me if I could prove my innocence after directly harassing my husband. I'll definitely be including Tipster's responses to all this, but let's carry on. But that, because I wasn't immediately able to prove it, means I was probably guilty. It's not like disproving claims like this is genuinely hard to do, and I would have to hire people to put shit like this together. Nah, because Shannon didn't immediately emotionally react and tried to handle this like a fucking adult. She's guilty. Okay. But of course Tipster would think that. He cries on stream if someone looks at him wrong. Handling things like an adult isn't in his wheelhouse. Then she shows a post of Tipster saying, if Creepshow Art ever presents evidence that debunks the allegations made against her, then I will retract every negative statement I've ever made about her and issue a sincere apology. But so far, we've got nothing. Patiently waiting, ... And that's from August 4th, 2021. And then she says, Tipster, if you can prove if you didn't own child porn after being accused with literally no evidence other than trust me, bro, then I will apologize. However, because it's taking you more than a day to do that, because in order to find evidence, you have to hire people whose profession it is to do this, you're probably guilty, and I am more than justified sending harassment to your husband and telling you that you being mad about any of this makes you crazy. Also, Tipster, I will call myself a journalist while not even taking the time to scroll down on Emily's Instagram page to verify if what she said happened. Who cares if I said someone who supported me and helped me own child porn and her husband was a rapist when no evidence was given? I don't need evidence. Emily said so. And it's not like the literal video that she said that in contradicting anything she said. Oh, by the way, he blocked me for a day after I told him he was a bitch for sending harassment to my husband, which makes him a bitch. A fucking moron. And then she says, Just so we're clear, you sincerely apologizing to me after making money off of these allegations doesn't mean shit to me. You saying sorry doesn't undo you spreading the shit. It doesn't undo you calling my husband a rapist. It doesn't undo you sending people to my husband that told him a rapist and told him to kill himself. It doesn't undo anything that you, yes, you promoted. Shove the apology up your unwashed ass, you idiot. You aren't a journalist. You're a joke. Oh, I got so much to say about that. This is another one that's kind of cut off, so bear with me. But she says, obviously, watch the full video if you're interested in something, prove, and whatever. And no, I don't address the locale or other bullshit accusations in this video because I kind of sort of think showing my husband didn't assault anyone and I didn't own child porn was more important than that. True. I'm fine if people want to think I'm a big asshole for that shit, but someone accused me of literal felonies, and I was more than a little scared that if I went outside, someone would assault me. Thinking I was a predator felt a smidge more important to do first. Oh, and I addressed my relative and how they bold-faced lied multiple times with evidence. And like here, when they literally say that they are sorry for accusing me of this kind of fucking bullshit in 2018, because they were projecting their shit onto me. Almost like they do this a lot because they fucking can't help themselves. Good job, Jem. You did it. So glad that I gave you that money that you directly asked me for after seeing you posted on Twitter about how stupid I was for giving it to you. That's another thing I want to just pause real quick just to point out. I love how she uses, oh, I gave money for this. And how dare you be mean to me? Like she uses things that she did or gave to people as a weapon against them. So I say this, Creepshow. Hi, Jessica Pizzle here. Big ass donator. Yeah, I donated to you a lot because I wanted your content and then you stopped making content. So maybe, I don't know, give that money back. Thanks, bye. Then she shows a post from Jem Campbell. When Dad told me about Paige this morning, my mind did go to you, wondering how you're doing with that loss. It's incredible to lose loved ones, especially so young in life, and I'm so sorry for this pain. I appreciate you reaching out and understanding this is not a portal for a relationship again. Understanding this pain I've inflicted, I'm overwhelmed with regret over the way I handled our relationship back in our more recent years, especially the biphobia. The pushing of a non-consensual relationship, the claims of abuse, and the indirect communication. I was wrong in all of it, projecting so much of my own ish onto you, and I had no understanding of the impact it had on you. I'm humbled again and again by the impact my life has had in yours, both of the consequences of my own actions, but also of my existence. For the pain I've caused you, that you've voiced, and for pyramids, perhaps myriads of other things that are not said. I am deeply, deeply sorry. And this was from August 2nd, 2018. Alright, then Shannon continues. Meanwhile, my fucking DeviantArt page, when Bobby died, is so sad, it's funny. Oh shit. The only 2 times this was saved on the Wayback Machine were when 1, Anthony broke up with me for the first time, and 2, a week and a half later, when Bobby died. And then she shows 2 posts, one from July 10th, 2013 that says, sorry for the lack of being on here. I'm actually really super depressed, which is a weird thing to put exclamation marks around, but I feel like it's something I need to do. So I just got my heart broken, and it's been hell the past week and a half. I mean, literally most people in my life have stopped being there for me because my sadness is annoying and selfish. And they have just stopped really caring, which is horrible for me because it just makes everything that I'm feeling 10 times stronger. So I'm just hanging in there, writing a bunch, at least an hour a day. And I am going to start drawing again because I just need an escape. The only problem is whenever I start, my mind wanders to him and it starts to hurt. Oh, bother, from Shannon. And the other one says, oh, wow, emotions, man. And that was, it says 6 days, 21 hours ago. So I've been fairly good since getting my heart broken by my love. But then the Fire Nation attacked, and my cousin, who is practically my brother, died. 2 days ago, he died in a car accident, and my heart broke in a new, different way. It's a horrible feeling, but I'm going to get through it. I've been drawing more with just a pencil and paper, and I hope to get another scanner soon when I have a job and be able to upload more. I really want to delve into the new style drawing, so I hope you all like it. Have a lovely night. And then she says, my life is a fucking joke. Okay, so I think I'm done. I just wanted to post the important parts, the rape claim and the CP on here. You could have did more than that. On here for the people who don't want to watch a 2-hour and 30-minute long video or read a 90-plus page document. There's obviously more evidence in the video, like how Emily didn't move back in with her dad until she was sober, how Emily and Anthony didn't speak at all while she was using, etc. But I'm going to go. If you were one of the people who wrote me saying to divorce my husband, shut the fuck up. If you were one of the people to say, I don't care if you did it, I love your content, don't speak to me ever again. If you were someone I considered a friend or a friendly acquaintance who just believed this shit without proof, I probably hate you. Ooh, harsh. There's literally one exception to this who I won't name, but I made a custom sweatshirt for, but I'm genuinely scared you hate me. What else? I wonder if she's talking about Ready to Glare. One exception to this who I won't name, but I made a custom sweatshirt for you, but I'm genuinely scared you hate me. I legit think she's talking about Ready to Glare. Anyway, so she continues. What else? Oh, fuck Ashley Lilly for doxing my phone number. Also, fuck you for saying I lied to people about being homeless because I chose to rather than accrue debt. As if I didn't do 3 videos and 2 interviews where I talked about how I became homeless. I'll also talk to you about it multiple times. But then again, you literally said you didn't believe the claims at first. And then when people on Twitter got mad, switched it up real fast to say you did and support Emily. That's stupid. Honestly, that's why, side note anyway, honestly, that's why I typically go by proof or fact-based, like if you got receipts, or else I'm not gonna really go with any kind of thing. I'm gonna go with skepticism, 100%. You don't have proof, it's 100% skepticism. And it's the safe thing to do because we have no idea. We literally cannot go by someone's word that you don't know and without proof. It's just the smart way to go about it. It's the smart way to do it, really. And Creepshow Art's video showed that Emily lied in previous videos because it's either one thing or the other. Either she lied in the previous videos or she's lying now. It's one or the other. So she showed, if anything, that Emily lied at some point, whether it was about her sober date or her being harassed for the first time after she met Anthony instead of the anime community. You know, that's all that Creepshow Art's video did was show at some point in one way or another, Emily lied. And you can say all day, well, maybe she didn't realize. I don't know. I can tell you personally, every single time I got dogpiled online and what it was about. I can tell you that 100%. I don't forget about that shit. And I don't think anybody really does forget about that shit. And, you know, the anime community dogpiling Emily the way they did when a lot of the videos are still up, it doesn't seem like something that's easily forgotten. So at least if you're just being as charitable as possible to Emily, you can at least agree that she lied when she said, I never received harassment from anybody online until after I met Anthony. So at least that's a lie for sure, because there was 100% proof that she was harassed by a lot of people online prior. Now this post and the other ones after it are ones that aren't exactly in her saved one, so they're no longer available on Instagram. So screenshot if you like. But anyways, it says, Oh, also, fuck Repsion and his video where he tried to pretend he was not friends with me like a pathetic little twerp. Motherfucker literally linked my videos for most of his research and reached out to me countless times with his problems to the point where I was helping him move out and get into a new place after his breakup. Also, he cried on a Discord call with me because he said, and I fucking quote, "He's been on YouTube so long but never felt close to anyone before. And it was just nice to have a friend who had his back." But we weren't friends. He barely knew me. He just asked me for advice all the time, asked me how to address the fact that his ex-girlfriend wore a Nazi helmet and did a Sig Heil. Asked me how to deal, Sig Heil, by the way, like Hitler salute. Anyways, asked me how to deal with the 16-year-old kid who was obsessed with him, Colton, and Colton's 18 now. Anyways, needed me to tell his ex-girlfriend not to dox people on a call because she wouldn't listen to him, and more. How dare his fucking viewers who watched us interact regularly and heard him call me his friend on fucking live streams say I was his friend. We weren't friends, just like he wasn't friends with John Swan, but started to rip off his thumbnails when he saw how well John was doing. No. It's going to be too long of a video for me to go into that. For real, though, I didn't consider him a friend, but he did consider me one. What? But he's a little baby who couldn't just say Shannon was my friend, and now I don't like her like fucking everyone else did. I mean, sure, they decided that I stalked someone with fucking no evidence, but Rep, come the fuck on. Okay, now I'm done. Okay, so I just have to say something. So, like, remember when, I don't know if you guys know who Nicholas Diorio or Repzilla is. You should, because based on my analytics, y'all watch them too. Anyways, remember when Repzilla was like, "Oh, Nick, I thought we were friends." And like, Nick was like, "No, we're not friends." I don't know. It was just, they had a different view on their relationship. This screams that to me. Like, Shannon thought, "Oh, we're BFFs. You should love me forever." And Repzion's like, "No, we barely knew each other." And I don't know. That's just how that reads to me. It's really just mirroring the same kind of situation. And like, John Swan's thumbnails are made by a person. I can't think of the name right now. But anyways, John Swan's thumbnails are made by that person who makes everyone's thumbnails. Like, he's like the YouTube commentary thumbnail guy to go to. Not my thumbnails, but everybody else's thumbnails. So like, to say that people are copying other people's thumbnails, no, they're just using the same person for their thumbnails. Lord, like, what a stretch. To me, anyway, IMO, in my opinion. Then she shows, here's Brandon's video on his experience with Emily, and has the link to that video. That video is kind of pointless to watch because it's still the same thing. It's just like a trust me, bro kind of video. So, and it's weird, like very Matrix. He loved the Matrix. I mean, it was just weird. And then here's the video, Emily Artful's Brandon. Yeah, it's yeah. And then she says, "Reminder, I'm not coming back to YouTube. I'm not going to start uploading again in earnest. That is stupid. And if you thought that was happening, you didn't read or listen to what I said." Now let's get into Tipster's response. "Dear Shannon, I never harassed your husband. I left a comment on his YouTube channel asking why he changed the name of the channel and deleted all the content. If you and your husband consider that to be harassment, then y'all soft as fuck. Grow the fuck up." Like, for real though, that's so for real accurate. Like, how dare Tipster say, "Why did you delete all your videos and rename the channel?" That totally means your husband is a rapist? What the fuck? It's just, I cannot believe how, "Why did you delete all your videos and rename the channel?" equated to Tipster, how dare you accuse my husband of raping someone and me owning CP? How dare you? You're a horrible person. Like, it must have been the confused face. It's the confused face for me. Anyways, carrying on. Then he says, I never called myself a journalist. I'm just a fat ass who makes videos or streams on the internet in his free time. I never sent my fans to harass your husband, nor would I encourage this kind of thing ever. And, points, I guess. Yeah. And I say that because just tweeting about anybody, like, I can honestly say, for me, him tweeting the husband's YouTube page was how I found the husband's YouTube page. So him tweeting it wasn't exactly him saying, hey, go harass her or go harass the husband. But him tweeting it did point everyone in the direction of the husband's page. Honestly, I mean, if we're being real. For me, anyways. I never called your husband a rapist. I reported on allegations and stated in all my coverage that they were allegations. I'm not apologizing to you, so stop acting like I am. All your stupid fucking video did was prove that you were indeed stalking Emily. And to be fair, like, just saying that, oh, these are allegations, it really doesn't work. Because as you can see throughout Emily's entire videos on Shannon, she said, this is all speculation. This is just things that I found coincidental. Like, there's absolutely no proof in anything I'm saying. And everyone was like, boom, Emily showed proof that Creepshow Art did this, And technically, even this statement, like, Creepshow Art going back into Emily's past doesn't necessarily show that she was a stalker, because Creepshow Art says that she's working with a legal team, and a private detective would be going that far back. They would go to the very beginning of someone's internet usage. It's just kind of what lawyers and private investigators do. So the only reason why we say, oh, Creepshow Art's obviously a stalker, is because it's like, bro, where did you get this information? But then when you think about it, and you think about the fact that she got the information from possibly working with a legal team, it kind of makes sense, And finally, I don't give a shit what you think about my content. I make my content for my fucking subscribers, not you. So I could give two shits what you think about it. But it's funny, when you were my friend, you did nothing but praise my content and donate to my streams. I love how Tipster switched up on her and used the same type of tactic that Shannon used against him. Like, Shannon's like, oh, funny how you were all up my ass, like, crying because I donated it to you. But now it's like, oh, I must be a stalker and my husband's a rapist. And Tipster really just used the same thing. He's literally just treating her as she treated him, which is a tactic I like to use quite a lot. But it's not optically good to do online. But in this case, it is, because everyone hates Shannon, right? And to wrap this up, Emily Artful did post, and she said she has a more in-depth response that she's working on that she'll post later. But for the pressing question, no, Shannon has not filed a lawsuit, but threatened that if I did not delete every utterance of her name or brand without an explanation, that she'd sue me for defamation. So personally, I'm just waiting for Emily's response, and I'm definitely looking forward to her explaining this sobriety date thing, because that's a big thing for me, because that is a rape allegation. And she did consistently keep her date as 2012, and only recently changed it to 2015. And she was an adult, consistently keeping this date as 2012. So I'm looking forward to her proof that she did say she had of her sober date being 2015. And we'll go from there. But if she doesn't have that, I don't know. I'm just going to have to chalk that up as a false story and a lie. And unfortunately, it would put a lot of what Emily said into question. So, yeah. As you can see, I put some more tweets of hers at the end. If you guys want to read those, definitely don't feel like reading them out right now because I'm too lazy now. So there's that. But yeah, looking forward to Emily's response. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And you guys have a wonderful day. Bye. Editing Jessica here at the end to say that I forgot to mention about the Kevin thing. So if you remember where she talked to Anthony about, oh, Kevin, I'm thinking, is that Kevin, the Kevin that posted that he knew about Creepshow art and remembered about a time when he saw Shannon or Creepshow art stalking Emily? Remember that guy? I wonder if that's the Kevin. So then my previous thought that Kevin didn't actually know kind of gets a little erased by that, if that's the Kevin that she's talking about, because it's just too weird. Anyways, okay, once again, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And yeah, okay, have a good day again. Goodbye.